Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Lashawnda, aka the First Year Business Coach, and today I want to teach you guys how to plan out your very first YouTube video. So if you're watching this video, I already know that you've made the decision that you want to pursue YouTube and you're trying to get your channel together, girl. Okay, so I got you. You're about ready to record your first video, but you're kind of like, how do I plan this out? How do I make sure that this video is going to convert and help me get views and things like that? So in this video today, I'm going to help you learn how to create an outline for your video, help you create an actual video script that you can go off of when you're recording your video. I'm also going to help you learn how to create catchy titles that will help you in SEO and help you be discovered. If you don't know what SEO is, it's search engine optimization for YouTube, and all the other things that I feel that you need to do in order to plan out your first video. So if you feel that this is going to help you, keep watching. Right off the bat, before you actually start planning for your first video, you want to do these couple of things first, so that is going to make it easier when you're starting your planning process. The very first thing is you want to come up with 3 to 4 core topic ideas that your channel is going to revolve around. I'm going to give you a quick couple of examples right now, so that way you'll have a better understanding of what I mean when I say that. So if you're starting a channel that's going to be helping business owners, some core topic ideas may be social media, because you can list a ton of content ideas just from social media, like that topic alone. It may also be teaching people how to make sales in their business. So you'll have a list of different content ideas under making sales as one of your core topics, teaching business owners what they need to be doing, what kind of tactics or strategies they can use to make sales. And then your other 2 core topics for your business channel would be creating a sales funnel, teaching people how to lure their new audience in and ending up making the sale in the process in between doing that, and just growing your business in general. So those are examples of, if you had a business channel, if you had like a beauty channel, some core topic ideas would be like makeup tutorials, hair tutorials, lookbooks, get ready with me. Like all of those different topics can have videos up under there, and they all go together. So you wouldn't want to have like a channel where you have your 4 core topics being hair tutorials and how to make sales and get ready with me. Like they don't go together. So you want all of your core topics to go together to help your channel videos kind of like they align with each other, if that makes sense. The next thing you want to do after you come up with your 3 to 4 core topic ideas, you want to make sure that you brain dump. You want to get out all of the content ideas that you have in your head under these 3 to 4 topic ideas. So it doesn't matter if you're going to create the videos on it or not. You don't have to have the exact title that you plan to use. Even just the idea of the type of video is fine that you can write down, but you want to write it down. Don't keep this stuff in your head, because you will forget the ideas, and there's always going to be a time where you're going to feel like you've run out of ideas and you don't know what you want to create, you don't know what type of content you want to post. And so now, while you're actually taking the time to plan out your content, it's going to be a lot easier for you to just constantly be pushing out content. So what I would suggest when you're brainstorming and brain dumping all of your content ideas, I would suggest you list at least 20 per category. This is going to make it easier for you, because if you have 4, that's 20, 40, 60, 80, that's 80 content ideas right off the bat. And honestly, if you can't come up with at least 20 topics or video ideas off of your core topic, you probably want to pick a different core topic that you could create at least 20 videos off of, because if you can only think of like 3 videos, then maybe you just create those 3 videos, but it's not considered a core topic that you're going to be talking about on a regular basis on your YouTube channel. Okay, so after you brain dump all of your content ideas, you want to list your first 20 videos. So after you've done your brain dumping, you've written down 20 for each content category, you want to come up with your first 20 videos. The reason why you want to do this is because out of all of the videos that you have ideas for, if you try to go and just pick one out of that every single time, you're going to get overwhelmed. You're not going to know which one to pick because you have too many options. So go ahead, and I would suggest you pick at least your top 5 heavy hitters. Heavy hitters meaning like these are going to get traction because of the type of video it is. You want to have some really good heavy hitters at the very beginning because that's going to give you the best chance to scale your YouTube channel as soon as possible. And then the rest of them can kind of be like, you know, other things that you have ideas on, but your top 20, because you don't want to do all of your heavy hitters at the very beginning, because 9 times out of 10 your first videos are going to look like crap, or they're just not going to be up to your standard. And some of them you would come out better creating and uploading on a later date once you've kind of gotten in the gist of creating videos, if that makes sense. All right, so we've pre-planned before we've done the planning, and now we're actually ready for step 1. In step 1, you're going to create an outline for your first YouTube video. When you're creating your outline for your video, you can do this on Google Docs. You can write it with a pen and paper. You can write it on your whiteboard. If you have a whiteboard, I have tons of whiteboards in my house, so I normally write them on my whiteboard or in a journal or a notebook or whatever. And then after you brainstorm or do whatever, you can always like switch it back. But when you're creating your outline, you want to have it in something. I ideally like to create my outline in Google Docs, because you never know if you want to repurpose the content. So I find it easier for me to have it on my computer, because then I can always come back to it. I can search for it. I don't have to guess which planner it is in, or journal is in, or anything like that. I already know my outlines are all going to be on my computer. On your outline, you want to include your video title. You want to include the date that you plan on recording it and the date that you plan on posting this video. You want to have a section for tags, your YouTube description, like whatever your video description is going to be, a section for your video script, and a section for your sponsorships. Now, when you first start, your first video is probably not going to have a sponsor. But I believe in getting prepared for what you want in the future. And so putting the sponsorship spot on your outline at the very beginning is setting you up to prepare yourself for sponsorships. So add the sponsorship section on your video outline. And then the last 2 things, your call to action, and the last one is optional B-roll. So you might not be using B-roll for your first couple videos, and B-roll is basically like videos within your videos. So like you'll see B-roll in this video where you can actually see me like doing different things that I'm talking about, and it just keeps the audience retention. It helps you stay interested and things like that. And because I've been doing videos so long, I added B-roll to my first videos, but that's optional for you. You don't have to include that in your video. And then as far as the call to action, you definitely want to have the call to action section, because every single video, you should be leading your audience to do something next. So whether that be watch another video, and I wouldn't just say, hey, go watch my other videos. I would be very specific on the video that you want them to watch and put it in the icon or put it at the end on your outro clip or whatever, but definitely give them options on what you want them to do, as far as either it be that, the icons, or your outro. But you want to have a call to action on every single video, because you need to get used to doing call to actions. Also, your call to action doesn't have to be a watch another video, whether it be download your freebie, whether it be sign up for my class, or whatever it is that you're doing. You can do a sales call to action, a watch a video call to action, or download my freebie call to action. It just depends on where you are in your YouTube journey. Now we're going to move on to step 2. So step 2 is research title ideas. So you already wrote down your initial title idea, but you want to make sure that the title is going to be search friendly, or is going to be browse friendly. And what I mean by that is, can someone search it in Google, or can someone search it in the YouTube app, like how to blank blank blank? Or, you know, a browse one would be something that's actually nurturing your YouTube viewers, where it wouldn't necessarily show up in search, but if they saw it on their home feed, they would be intrigued to click on it. Like, oh my God, this is how I lost $100 or $1,000 to blank. I don't know, I'm just thinking of something off the top. But if you have an appealing thumbnail and have an appealing title that's intriguing, like, ooh, I wonder how she lost $1,000 to that. Even though they're not going to be searching like how I lost $1,000 in this, on the home screen or on the browse feature, they may click on it because it's interesting and they're curious. So that's what I mean by that. So here's some easy ways for you to make your title better and have a better chance of it coming up in search. Something that I use is called VidIQ. They have a paid version and they have a free version. I personally use the free version, where basically you can look at the rank of your title. So what I would do is the original title that you wrote down for your video, I will put that in search and see what the ranking is. The ranking is going to be on the right side of your YouTube bar, or what do you call it, on your screen. I don't know how to explain what it is, but it's going to be on the right side, and it's going to basically give it a score. What I typically look for, I try to find a score that is at least over 50, ideally 60. And I don't just look at that, I also look at the two bars below. Like, I'm gonna actually go to it real quick just so I could tell you accurately. So for example, I'm gonna put in how to start a YouTube channel. And I'm actually turning you, I mean, you're not gonna be able to see it, but you'll be able to see me as I'm writing. So on VidIQ, it's gonna have your score at the very right side of your screen, and then it has volume, and then it has competition. So these three things are very important for ranking your videos. And if you do not have this on your computer, I will highly suggest you get it. I think it's like a website that you can go to, VidIQ, VidIQ. And if I can find the actual link, I will put it in the description box below just to make it easier for you guys to download it. But I look at the right side, and with the right side is going to tell you the overall score of that actual title. And then under volume is going to let you know how many people are searching for this. So obviously it doesn't give you an exact number, but ideally you want to be in the green if you can. So what I try to do is, if it says that the volume is in the closer to the orange going towards the green, then that's kind of like a green light depending on the overall score, but you want to be in the last three. If it's in the dark orange or the red, I highly suggest you not do those videos, because no one's really looking for them. That's what that means. And then for competition, this one is also really important, because this is going to help you determine if you are actually going to be able to be found in search. So with competition, it basically lets you know how many other creators are utilizing that video title, or actually posting videos in reference to that title or something similar. If it is in the red or the dark orange, that means the competition is really high. These are like really big YouTubers that are dominating this specific category or topic or whatever. And I would just stay away from it, at least at the beginning stages when you don't really have any followers and this is your new channel. Now, if it's in the orange or the green, that means that competition is low. That means there's not a lot of videos out there with this specific title. And what's even better is if the volume is high and the competition is low, it is a really good chance that your video is going to be seen a lot quicker and get your views up a lot faster, because there's not a lot of options out there for that specific type of video. So those are the ones that you really, really want to go out of your way to create, because as smaller creators, you want something that's going, you don't want to be trying to put yourself out there in the crowd with all of these other top YouTube channels and stuff like that. Don't even try to fight with them. Like, just stay in your area until you can grow, and then you can start stepping up with the big dogs. You can also see the top channels that are creating a lot of content on this title right below it. And what I would like to do, if I have a core topic and I know that the topic or the video title that I put in there is based on my core topic, then I like to go to the top competitors and see what other popular videos are on that specific type of content, if that makes sense. And so this gives you a really good way of knowing who's your top competitors, what type of video content they're creating, things like that. And then at the bottom, it also tells you other similar or related topic ideas. So this is what I do. If I have a score of like 49, for example, for my video title idea, what I will do is go down to the related topics, and normally they are higher than what the original video title is. And you can click on that and just keep going up and up and up with the ones that they are actually, I guess, suggesting to you that are also in that industry. And that's how you come up with a really good title, guys, that can give you the best option ever. I won't go into any more detail on that because I could do a whole video on that, but that's not what this video is for. So let's move on to the next step. Now that you've done your research, you've gotten an idea of what video title you think is going to rank easily. Now you're going to pick the best title. So once you pick the best title, it's a very simple step. The research part is the hardest part, and then you pick your title, and then you're ready to move on to step 4. And step 4 is actually creating your video script. So this is where it gets a little fun, because you're creating your video script, and this is what you're actually going to be using when you're recording your video. So a lot of people ask me, like, how do you know what to say when you're recording your video? Like, do you memorize everything? Do you have like notes or whatever? This is exactly what I do for all of my videos. So make sure you take notes. If you haven't taken notes on any other part of this video, you want to take notes on this part of the video. So first thing first, you can do your video script on a notepad if that's easier for you. You could do it on a computer. You could do it on your iPad. Whatever you plan on utilizing whenever you're recording, that's how you want to do your video script. So, I was finna get my phone and I'm recording from my phone. But you can use something small. Ideally, you don't want anything big because 9 times out of 10, you're probably gonna be sitting on the couch, or you don't want to have something big prop beside you. You want something kind of small, like that you can use your phone with if you're not recording with your phone, where you can scroll through your notes. I'm personally using this right now as I'm recording. So, I mean, you can't see it, but I have my video script right here on my computer. So you don't see this part, but I clip my videos where I edit and, you know, make this the overall video. And if you need help with editing, then check out my video on how to edit your first video, because I have a video on that as well. But I refer back to this and I'll pause after I finish a statement, and then I'll come back and I'll look at what my next bullet is, and then I'll come back over here, which gives me to the next point. You want to have bullet points. So do not write out full sentences. It's a lot harder for you to create your video the right way when you have full sentences for your bullets, because you're gonna constantly keep messing up. You're gonna keep missing words, you're gonna keep not saying it right. And so what I find more efficient is actually just having maybe 1 or 2 words that's going to hit on each part of what I'm talking about. So I try to keep like maybe 4 to 5 bullets for each topic or whatever it is that I'm going over. And I try to keep the actual bullets maybe like 2 to 3 words max. And I allow myself the flexibility to just kind of elaborate how I choose to elaborate on it once I'm actually creating the video. And the goal is for you to have at least 4 to 5 hitting points for every video. So like right now, this video is doing steps. So I have how many steps? I have a total of 5 steps. So that's like 5 hitting points. And then under there, I have like 3 to 4 bullets for each one that I want to make sure that I hit on during the duration of the video. This way you don't forget anything, you don't let anything slide through the cracks, and you know exactly what you need to be saying for each video, but you're also allowing yourself the flexibility to let it flow more naturally. And that leads us to step 5. Now, step 5, you don't have to do this the same day. You could kind of do this whenever your, I guess, workflow allows you to do this, but you want to actually fill out the rest of the information on your outline. So just because you created it the first time, you didn't necessarily have to fill it out right then and there. You do want to fill out your video script, but sometimes you might not have to fill out like your tags and your description and all the other stuff until after you've already created the video, because now you know exactly like what you said in the video and you can kind of write it out a lot better. So I typically do that part last, after I've created my video script, After I've recorded my video, then I go back and do my description. That's when I put in my tags. That's when I do all these other things. Because honestly, those things can wait versus you trying to get your first video out. So you want to record it so you can kind of have that already done, and then you can move on and write that stuff out after you've done like the heavy lifting, if that makes sense. So we're going to do a quick review and then I will be ending this video. I hope it was helpful for you. The very first thing is, before you plan, make sure that you come up with core content topics for your channel. Make sure you brainstorm some content ideas, and then make sure you list your first 20 YouTube video ideas. Then you're gonna lead into step 1, the very first part of your planning process. You want to create an outline for your YouTube video, including your video title, description, tags, sponsors, call to actions, and video script. Then step 2, you want to make sure that you research title ideas so that you can rank in search and that it's easier for your viewers to find you at the very beginning of your journey. Step 3, you want to pick the best title idea for your video after you've done your research. And then step 4, you want to create your actual video script, which you'll be using when you're actually recording your first video. And then step 5, filling out the rest of your outline so that way when it's time to post, you have everything that you need to put in your description, tags, all those other things. I hope this video was helpful for you guys. I'm telling you, like, I'm doing this journey right with you because I'm creating my first set of videos for this channel. This is a new channel, and I hope that this was helpful. Like, I hope you guys get your first video up. If you just posted your first video, or if I helped you in any kind of way, I would love for you to post your channel below so that I can check out your videos and show you some support, girl. Like, we in this together, okay? So we want to make sure that we support each other during this journey. So now, before I let you go, I do want to let you know, if you're ready for the next stage after you've planned and you're ready to record your video, you can check out my video on how to record your first YouTube video. I have a video on that too, girl, okay? Because I told you I was gonna get y'all together. I'm gonna get you together. So check out that video, so that'll help you with the recording process for your first video. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye.